Hey everyone, Python here. This is my 700 subscriber special video. I'm gonna be doing my first tier list on, using Tier Maker here, and it's ranking every single Mario series, or at least the ones that I chose. At least I did make a lot of omissions. So the thing is that a friend of mine really wanted me to do for this video like every single Mario game ever, and there's like 300 plus Mario games that cross 40 plus years. So I was gonna be sitting here for a long time talking about each individual game, and I didn't want to do that. So instead I opted to just make it more broader and just put them as like series. So like Mario Bros, Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi, Super Mario, which includes both 2D and 3D platformers, Mario Kart, Mario Rabbids, Mario Tennis. Like there's like about 25, 26 in here, I think, and I think that's for the better. I even put some obscure stuff like Mario Typing, Mario Artist, Mario Paint, Mario and Wario, stuff like that. There's like they're one-off games, but they're still their own Mario IP in the franchise. And I also did omissions for stuff like Luigi's Mansion, the Luigi games, Dr. Luigi, Wario Land, WarioWare, those Wario games, because they're like character specific games that they're considered like their own series. Same thing with Captain Toad or the Yoshi games, all that. I also excluded from that. The only couple of exceptions is when I'm talking about Super Mario. I'll probably bring up Wario Land because it was called Super Mario Land 3, or maybe, and when I talk about Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I'll bring up Donkey Kong 94 because that's technically the first game in the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series before rebranded and the GBA game. So there's gonna be some exceptions, but I did make some omissions, like a bunch of random doodads, like the Game & Watch games. That's in the Game & Watch series, so and it's like Mario themed stuff like Puzzle and Dragons, Dance Dance Revolution, that kind of stuff, that had like Mario themed games on it. They're just Mario themed, so I don't consider them Mario games, if that makes sense. Mario and Sonic is an exception. I was actually thinking of not putting that in there, but I did anyway, because it's both a Mario and a Sonic game, in the way I see it. Alright, so with that all out of the way, all the formalities and explanations, let's go ahead and get this started. Again, this is my first tier list, so sorry if I sound very jumbled and messed up here. But alright, first we're gonna start with Mario Sports Mix. This is on the Wii, and it's basically it's kind of an indirect follow-up to Mario Hoops 3-on-3. It's made by the same devs. Both games were made by Square Enix, but it's basically one's for the DS, one's for the Wii, and it's pretty much, I feel like it's a little less cooler. It's a sports mix. You do get a couple more choices for sports, but I think because of that, it added more sports variety, but it kind of lost a bit of like the oomph and the uniqueness that Hoops 3-on-3 had. Because I think because of that, I'll probably put it like a tier below. I'll put it in, I think it's good, but it doesn't, wow me or anything, but it's also not really bad or anything. I just think it's good for what it is. Mario and Sonic, this series is, it's pretty, it goes all over the place with people. Like, some people think they're fantastic, some people think they're very boring and bad. I'm kind of in the middle. I like these, but I also, again, it's same thing to Mario Sports Mix. It doesn't really wow me, but I think they're also fine. Like, the first couple of ones I think are actually really great. I still have the original, that original DS title. I have 2 copies actually. So I think that's great, but I don't know, the later ones, like I have also the Switch one. I haven't even really tried it out much, but it's not that fun. So it can be a mixed bag, and I think because of that, I'll probably put it in D, because it's just a bit of a mixed bag. It's an alright IP, but it has potential. But ever since what happened with the committee Olympic Committee, I think, now going towards like NFTs and crap like that. So we've kind of lost all hope on getting a new Mario and Sonic game. Alright, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. This is tricky because, again, I mentioned before, Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy. I've only really tried that a little bit, but some people say that's better than the GBA game. Some people say the GBA game is better. But from what little I've played of 94, I do like the GBA game better. The GBA game is actually one of my favorite GBA games. I think it's a solid 10 out of 10 title. But then after that, Minis March Again on the DS, and then Miniland Mayhem, and all these other ones that kept continuing. I did play some of the later ones. They just really lost what was so special about Mario vs. Donkey Kong. They're still fun in their own way. They're fine. But I don't know. I feel like this IP kind of lost me, and I think because of that, I'll put it in B. But only because those first two titles really carries, the rest of the series. But the third game, Minis March Again and onward, they range from like great to eh. So Dr. Mario. Also, I'm sorry if like some of the icons look way bigger than the others. Again, this is the first time I was doing this, and since I was creating this tier list by myself, I didn't really optimize the size of the icons whatsoever, so that's my bad. Alright, Dr. Mario. I think this is actually a good series. It gets very it's underrated. It gets clowned on quite a bit because I guess many people just aren't really a fan of the puzzle and it's like trying to rip off Tetris and that kind of stuff, and it's not as fun, and destroying the viruses, it's silly. I think it's good fun. The game on the 64 expanded upon it quite a bit. I like the original. I have it on the NES, and I think it's pretty good. I would probably put it above Mario Sports Mix at C. Yeah, I would probably put Dr. Mario at high C. It might change later. Again, I might make adjustments later. We'll see. Mario Party. Okay, so there's the ones that I haven't played are the ones on the 3DS and 9. I also haven't played Superstars, but I did buy that, and I plan on playing it. It looks really great though. So I've played almost every single Mario Party, so I think I have a general idea of how to feel about this series, and I would say it is an easy A. These titles are just so fun. I grew up on the original N64 game when I was a kid. I don't have it anymore, sadly, but I used to play the heck out of it, and I also have Mario Party 2 on the Wii Virtual Console, and that's really fun. I've always preferred the first game over the second, probably because I didn't grow up with 2 as that much, but it seems to be a hot take. But they're all really fun, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is my personal favorite, and Mario Party DS, those two. But very solid titles. They're always super fun. Yeah, there's plenty of stinkers, like I've heard 9, 10, I've played it like once or twice at a friend's house. It was boring, it was just not fun. The 3DS games seem pretty lackluster, and from what I've played of Super Mario Party recently, it's also like okay, but nothing special. So there's like plenty of stinkers in there, and that's probably why I can't put it at S. But besides that, it's still an easy A. It's still like plenty of fun games, and that new upcoming one, Jamboree, looks like it might be the best one. Like, it has just so much content and everything. It looks really fun. So I'm kind of glad that Mario Party is coming back to form. Alright, next we have Mario's Picross. Now this is probably where a lot of people are going to tune out. Mario's Picross? What is that? Like, Picross is a very big guilty pleasure of mine. Picross in general, like, you basically like just fill in the tiles and to form a picture, and you have like numbers at the top of each row or column that kind of give you a hint on how many of those you need to fill in per row or column. It's fun, and these Mario themed ones, Mario themed. Don't they're actually just Mario versions of Picross. There's 3 of them. One on the Game Boy, I think one on the Super Nintendo, and I forgot the third one, but I know there's the third one. They're all really fun. My favorite is of course this Super Famicom one. It's on the Switch Online. I think I've put dozens of hours on it because it's really hard, honestly. Those later ones, but I don't know. I find it really fun, in my opinion. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I would probably put it at B. Below Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I suggest, like, if you have a Switch, go to like the Super Nintendo Online, app, and just give Mario Picross a try. It's honestly fun. I don't know. It's, again, a guilty pleasure of mine, so I'm biased. Alright, Mario Tennis. Now, Mario Tennis just has like solid titles throughout. Like, I don't think it has like one single stinker. Like the 64 game, I think I still have. Absolutely fun, great game. The Power Tennis on the GameCube, probably my favorite. It's the one I played the most growing up. Easy, probably 10 out of 10 for me. That game, it's just it was like solid title after solid title. There wasn't one on the Wii. It was just a port of Power Tennis. Then there was the 3DS one, which, it was pretty good. From what little I've played, it was pretty good as well. There's also one on the Game Boy Color, which I also have. That great game. It also has like a single player and everything, which is really interesting. Tennis Aces on the Switch seems pretty good, and the only stinker seems like that Wii U title, Ultra Smash. So yeah, there's not much bad going on with this series. It's pretty solid, it's pretty fun. There's a huge cast of characters to use on each one of them. Not huge, I guess it was a good amount of characters to use. There's a bunch of game modes, which I guess you can't say for Tennis Aces and Ultra Smash. But, in all the other ones, there's plenty of modes, plenty of like unique tracks to use and stuff. Yeah, I guess I can just, again, that's another easy A tier. I'd put it underneath Mario Party. Mario Bros. Okay, so we're up to Mario Bros. This is like the first actual you can technically deny this, but it's like the first actual Mario game that's not, Donkey Kong for the arcade, because that's a Donkey Kong game. I don't consider that a Mario game. Mario Bros is when finally Mario and of course Luigi get like their first actual game, and it's always been fun. There's also like a very different version called Mario Clash on the Virtual Boy, which pretty much it's kind of in the similar vein. You're supposed to take out like the enemies, but instead of jumping on them, you throw it's called Clash because you have to like throw objects to clash with the enemies, and it's very underrated, but it's also fun. So yeah, Mario Bros. There's been many different iterations. There's like the remade versions they've put on, the Super Mario Advance series and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a solid time. Mario Bros. I would probably put in B. It's a great game. All the iterations are fun and actually improve upon it. I wish that they could have made more of them. I think it would have been cool if they made more of them, honestly. Mario Bros. It has like a unique take on how Mario plays and the mechanics and stuff, instead of just a usual platforming, level through level kind of thing. Oh boy, here we go. Mario teaches typing. I don't really know. Like, there's 2 of these games. Mario teaches typing. It's just you going through like a set of like sentences or words, and you just typing it out with Mario guiding you along. They're not really much games. They're just like, educational programs, but it's a Mario series, so I wanted to include it. There's not much. They're not bad. I'm not gonna put them in F because they serve their purpose. So I guess it's like Mario and Sonic. I think they're okay. They serve their purpose, but at least with Mario and Sonic, I'll get some more enjoyment than simply just educational typing. Mario Golf. Ooh, now this is tough because Mario Golf and Mario Tennis are like pretty close for me. Yeah, the first one. No, I'm not including like the golf game and on the Game Boy and NES. I think those are their own thing with like Mario being in there. But Mario Golf, which started on the on GameCube, Toadstool Tour, I still think it's the best one. There's also one on the 3DS, which is pretty fun. There's I heard that it skipped the Wii and the Wii U, but I heard that the one on Switch isn't that good. Like, it's just and it's worse than Tennis Aces, and that's a shame. I've seen plenty of footage of it, so I kind of already get the gist of it, and it doesn't look that fun. So it's like they kind of simplified it a little too much, and the roster really lacks in the content, which seems to be like a reoccurring issue with the Mario sports games on Switch. So it's more shaky than Mario Tennis, and I think because of that, like, I would put it in. I know I said they were close, but now that I like further reflected on it, I don't think so. I'll probably like just put it below Mario vs. Donkey Kong, maybe. Yeah, for now I'll leave it there and see how I feel later. Okay, so Mario vs. Not versus. I'm getting that word mixed in my mouth. Mario plus Rabbids. Okay, so this is both Mario plus Rabbids and Sparks of Hope. So I really like these games. They get tons of flack, but I think they're really unique. Again, the Grant Kirkhope soundtracks, they're fantastic, so that really elevates it for me. I like the gameplay, but it does get a bit repetitive after a while. By the end of like the first one, I kind of got, tired of it, but I still thought it was a great game. The sequel, I know that they expand quite a bit on it. They give you more options. It's like free roaming of the battling and all that stuff, but I actually kind of enjoy it a little less, weirdly. It's like, it feels like it kind of lost some charm. The story isn't really there for some reason. I don't know, something about it kind of lost its luster for me, even though like the gameplay is quote unquote better. But there's still great times, so I think I can safely put this in low B. Okay, not much else I can really say about that, honestly. Mario Baseball, like I just put an image of like the first baseball game because it doesn't have like there was only 2 games, one on the GameCube, one on the Wii, so they never really set like an actual logo for it, which is sad. It's actually sad that baseball only has 2 games. But anyway, Mario Baseball, really fun. It's probably some of the most fun you'll probably have in like sports, in the Mario sports. Like, these games have tons of playable characters. Like, if you're like, oh, Mario Tennis and Mario Golf and Mario Strikers, they don't have the characters. Mario Baseball has you covered. They have characters galore in these, like dozens and dozens of characters. They're like, pretty much, it's like probably rivals Mario Kart in terms of like the characters you can use later on in the Mario Kart series. It's just, I like baseball a bit, so I'm also kind of biased. Very fun games, but I still feel like mode-wise, tennis, I still feel like it still kind of lacks in terms of game modes compared to tennis and golf. So I'll probably for now put it below golf, and I'll see later. Paper Mario. Okay, so I know this is kind of like a hot water topic for quite a while, but yeah, Paper Mario. The first one, I'll just outright say it. The first one on N64 is my favorite. No, it's not Thousand Year Door. I don't even think Thousand Year Door is a masterpiece. I think it's like a 9.5 out of 10. The backtracking does kind of get to me, and I kind of just like the exploration in the first game more than in Thousand Year Door. But you know, Thousand Year is so fantastic. I actually think Super Paper Mario is an amazing game too. But then after that, you know, I played Sticker Star many years ago, and it was like, you know, like 2013, 2014, 2015, something like that around then, and I was just super bummed out. It's honestly one of my least favorite Nintendo games I've played. It's just bad. I know everyone's heard this a million times being talked about, this game, but you know, and it looks like, and I plan on playing Color Splash and Origami King as well, but from what I've seen, they do seem to improve in each iteration, which is good. And it's actually really cool that they brought back a Thousand Year Door with some fixes and stuff. I'm actually not really a fan of some of like the graphics and stuff, textures that they kind of did to the remake, in my opinion. But you know, the fixes and the quality of life stuff should outweigh that anyway. So I think with all that, Paper Mario means a lot to me, by the way. Like those first two games, I didn't really grow up with Super Paper Mario. I kind of played that after I already became an adult, but those first two games were a huge part of my life, so it's pretty special to me. Even with the stinker that is Sticker Star, and the kind of mediocrity that I'm probably gonna experience with, you know, Color Splash and, you know, Origami King, I'll still probably put this like in A, but I don't know if it's like below or above, below. I don't know. I'll put it below Mario Party for now, but I'll probably want to change that later. Okay, Mario Party, not Mario Party, I'm sorry. Mario and Luigi. Okay, Mario and Luigi. These games, again, I haven't played every single one. I plan on playing Dream Team soon because I'm trying to get through the Mario and Luigi games before the Brothership game comes out, because that looks absolutely phenomenal. But absolutely love Partners, Superstar Saga, one of my favorites. I also love Partners in Time, actually my favorite in the series. Don't kill me for this take that I'm about to say. Bowser's Inside Story is actually, so far out of the three that I've played, my least favorite, but it's still a really great game. You know, way better than the second half of the Paper Mario games. But you know, it's been solid, and Dream Team looks like it's gonna be a solid game. And I know I've heard many bad things about Paper Jam, but even then, that still could probably be like a fun time. So I guess for now, you know, I've had like no bad experience with Mario and Luigi. So I guess that'll be probably our first S tier. I know. I know. I finally put something in S tier. But okay. Now you probably can't see this here, but this is Hotel Mario. Now you're probably, why did I put that? It is a Mario game. Now they were gonna do like 2 other CDI Mario games, so if they had released those games, I would have just like put like CDI series or something. But this one game, there. I just simply wanted something to put in F tier, because come on, it's Hotel Mario. Yeah, you have like a bunch of the memes, the YouTube, you know, poops and all that goodness of like the memes and culture for all these decades. But even then, like the game itself is just absolutely atrocious. It's a meme because of how awful it is. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. It's just an absolutely horrible game. Okay. Next we have Mario Hoops 3-on-3. Again, I wish this is made into a series. You know, you have like Mario Golf has all those games. Mario Tennis has all those games. Yeah, Mario Baseball has, you know, a couple games. Like, Mario and Sonic, I guess, is a sports game. Yeah, it's like, but then you have stuff like Mario Sports Mix and Mario Hoops 3-on-3 that are just like their own thing, and I wish they just would reiterate on them more, but they just never do, and it sucks. I guess it's because it's made by Square Enix and they just never bothered. You know, after they did Mario Sports Mix, they just didn't bother afterwards. But I think, and this is gonna be a hot take, but yeah, I think it genuinely probably one of my favorite Mario games. I'm not kidding. This game is so addicting. It's probably my favorite sports game besides Mario Pyro Tennis. It's just that good. I'm not kidding. This game is so underrated. I still have it. The music is so like flamboyant and fun and funky. The art style is so like stylized, and like you can tell Square Enix went so hard on this game. Like it's like it has plenty of modes. It has, you know, it has a decent roster of like Final Fantasy and, you know, Mario characters. Like how would you not want to like duke it out in a, you know, game of basketball between Mario and Final Fantasy characters? It's so wild. But I don't know. It's probably my favorite Mario sports games. Like, it probably is. I'd have to give that some more thought, but I know this is probably wild to see up here. Mario and Wario. Now again, this is a one-off game. This is made by Game Freak, which is the people that made Pokemon. Yes, they have made Mario games or Mario related games, because before Mario and Wario they made like a Yoshi game, and Nintendo liked, you know, the success of that game and how it turned out that they made them do another one, and it was Mario and Wario. This is a weird like puzzly game. Like you like use this fairy called Wanda, which that's like her only appearance ever in the Mario franchise, besides appearing like as a trophy in Melee, I think, and as a spirit in Smash Ultimate. But besides that, this is like her only in-game appearance. You use her to like create platforms, and it's like a puzzle game where you like have to lead your way through Wario's puzzle rooms or something to like stop him. It's a funky game, but it's pretty cool. This is another one that I'll probably put like in C though, because it is, you get what you get with this game. It's cool, it's a little fun, but it, you know, it just doesn't really compare to like the other Mario games, but it's so good. Alright, so then we have Mario Artist. Now this series, it's more of like programs for the Nintendo 64 DD, which the 64 DD was like it was a disk drive that you could attach to the N64 that was in Japan only, and in that disk drive add-on, they had these Mario Artist games or programs that let you like draw art, let you do, I think, some like 3D modeling and stuff. And it was supposed to be a series of, you know, spiritual successors to Mario Paint, which was on a Super Nintendo. But, you know, due to the 64 DD's failure, this kind of died out. And from what I've seen, it actually probably would have been even better than Mario Paint, but it just dropped the ball. I think they ended up canceling one of them, which I think it was like a sound add-on, which that you like edit sounds and stuff. And it looked like it had a lot of potential. But they kind of fumbled the ball of that one. I'll put it on. Now, this kind of thing isn't for me. From what I've seen, it looks a little convoluted. No, I don't think that. I'll put it in C because I think it's pretty neat and you could probably get some enjoyment out of it. I'll put it like at the bottom of C. Alright, then we have Mario Discovery Series. These are like the Mario is Missing, Mario's Time Machine, Mario's early years, you know, learning with like numbers, letters, that kind of stuff. Again, not really official Mario games because they're made by like third-party companies, but you know, it's a Mario franchise series of games regardless, so I included it because, you know, I like having obscure stuff like this in here. They serve their purpose. Are they good? Not really, but they serve, again, it's like the Mario teaches typing. They're not particularly really enjoyable or good, but they serve their purpose. I mean, they're no Hotel Mario, at least, like that's just straight up bad. But this, you know, they can be a bit funny, I guess, if you like want to play it up for like jokes. But it's fine. I'll probably put them above Mario Teaches Typing because at least this has more variety. Like, because there's like more to select, you know, Mario's Missing, Mario's Time Machine, Oh, like the learning with letters and stuff. Like there's more for you to do with these series of games because there's just more. But Mario's Teaches Typing does have its own charm. Alright, Mario Paint for the Super Nintendo. This was a really special game. It's really charming, it's intuitive, and it's just fun to just mess around. The fly mini game is really fun. I don't know how some will take this, but I probably would put this at like, I guess low B. I'm not sure. I actually am more a fan of like Mario like Paint Composer. That's like the thing that I played way more, and I think it's honestly probably more fun than the paint itself. But I'll probably put it in like high C. It's really good, pretty influential to Mario, because a lot of things got influenced by Mario Paint going forward, and it's even probably still prevalent today in Mario games. Yeah, I put it in high C. It's pretty good, but for what it is, it's more like an art tool, and once like you kind of dabble in it for quite a while, you kind of get tired of it. Okay, now we're almost there. Let's see. We have Mario Sports Superstars, the 3DS. Again, this is the same thing as Mario Sports Mix, where it kind of feels like it's Nintendo doing their own iteration of this. I think it was Bandai that actually made this. But they gave you more variety of sports, but it kind of makes them all lose their substance and charm. I think this even more so than Mario Sports Mix. So I think because of that, I'll probably just put it below Mario Sports Mix. Alright, then we have Mario Strikers. Okay, this is going to be a tough one because, again, it's like Mario Baseball. There's only 3 games here. It was one on the GameCube, one on the Wii, one on the Switch. Okay, so the GameCube one I literally just played recently, and it was a great game, but after all those games that I've played like back to back, it just got kind of dull, and it really tired me out. Like, again, the mechanics are really good, it has some good depth, it looks beautiful, the animations are very nice, the art style is very charming, like, that all carries, but the lack of characters, the lack of modes, it just really hurts, and this is something that's prevalent in this series, the lack of modes, the lack of characters, but everything else, the animations, the art style, the gameplay, it's all phenomenal. So, yeah, and it's something that, like the Wii game improved upon the previous one a little bit. The Switch one, it's like they went back to the GameCube one, but even like more soulless and kind of more content derived, which is really weird. Like they put all their effort on just the online and not really anything else. Like they did add like customizable parts and stuff, but that isn't enough for me, at least. So yeah, this series is probably the most shaky out of all the sports series, and sadly probably the one I'll have to put in C. I'll probably put like in the highest C tier. So if they ever do like a 4th one for like the new Nintendo system in the future, I hope that whoever does it, Next Level Games, if you guys do it again, please, you have to add more characters and more modes if you want this series to thrive. I'm telling you, it's like the only thing that's holding you guys back. Alright, next is, again, this is like a one-off thing, or I guess you can call it a series now because they got a Switch remake, but a Super Mario RPG Legend of the 7 Stars. Easy S tier. This now just because I put this all the way up here doesn't mean it's my favorite Mario game of all time. Again, this is just series, but there are some that are one-offs like this. But Mario RPG does have its remake, so I guess it's kind of a series. But yeah, Super Mario RPG Legend of 7 Stars. I adore this game so much. Out of all the Mario RPG games, my favorites are the Paper Mario 64 and Legend of the Seven Stars. These two are just phenomenal games, and what I think are like how no, I meant Legend of the Seven Stars, Paper Mario 64, and Partners in Time. Those three are like my top 3 Mario RPGs, and how I wish they all were like this is just the characters, the very heartwarming and endearing story, the being able, playing as like Bowser, Geno is really cool, Mallow, Peach, and they're all their like abilities, all like the unique bosses and the very funky music. It speaks to me, this game specifically. Like, I still have it, and it's one of my most cherished games. Like, I adore this game so much. Easy S tier. Alright, Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew. This is also one of those that it's technically a series. There's like the NES title, which is a great game. It has some variations and like renditions that they did over the years. Then they did a Wrecking Crew, I think 98 was it, where it was like a Super Nintendo version. It came out after the N64 was already a thing, but it like added a lot more charm. Like they were like nice in it. Like it was just really nice. You guys need to look up Wrecking Crew 98. I'll show a bit of gameplay here, but it's a really underrated Mario game, honestly. Honestly, easy. I'll probably put it above. I'll probably put it above Mario plus Rabbids and B. You guys really should play Wrecking Crew. Those series of games are pretty fun. Oh boy, we're down to the last two. Mario Kart. Mario Kart, again, does not have a single bad game. Now, some people will argue with me. I know that, but I don't know. My Super Mario Kart, good game. Archaic, I get when it comes to all the other ones, but it's still a fun time. Like, I can sit down, play that game, and yeah, it's flawed and it's a bit like sluggish and stuff, but it's still fun. Mario Kart 64. Now, I've learned to finally let go of my nostalgia of that game. It used to be my favorite in the series for quite a long time, but I've kind of just let that drift off, because it does still have its issues, but it's an amazing game. Double Dash, masterpiece. I don't have much else to say there. What was it? DS, I think, was next. I think that's also a masterpiece. A bit underrated, honestly, nowadays, but that's probably my favorite now. My new favorite is probably Mario Kart DS. Then Super Circuit. Oh, I skipped over Super Circuit. Also a great game. Very underrated Mario Kart title. Very misunderstood. Great game. Wii, amazing game. I hate it quite a lot, which is very unfortunate. I think it's a really fun game, but it is kind of unbalanced. That's true. Mario Kart 7, again, kind of hated, and people say it's very forgettable, which, yeah, I guess it's true, but it did introduce a lot of cool things, so I do still really like it. Great game. Mario Kart 8, now I've only played the Wii U one and Deluxe for not as long as probably most others, but it's phenomenal. Yeah, from what I've played, it is definitely phenomenal, and does reach the greatness of my favorites like Double Dash and DS. Then there's like the other stuff of the arcade, like Mario Kart GP and then GP DX. The two versions of it, they're okay. They're not bad, but they completely lack substance, and they try to adapt it. I think it was Bandai that made these, and they just completely lack substance because they're just like simple arcade titles. Some of the items are a little unique, and you can play as stuff like Pac-Man or the drum guys from Tatsujin. I forgot the title of it, but Tatsujin Festival or something, which is neat. But then there's that Mario Kart Home Circuit, that toy. Again, that's alright. Mario Kart Tour is okay. It's not bad. I don't want to hear it. It's not bad. It's okay for a mobile game, and I'm a mobile game hater here, and I'm saying that the game is okay. It does its job, and they removed all the bad things, like the gacha element and all this stuff of you paying, needing to pay, and all this stuff. They took all that out, and they made it decent. It controls terribly, but it's not a bad Mario Kart game. So I think because of that, I'll probably put Mario Kart in S tier. But maybe above Hoops 3-on-3. But probably not above Mario and Luigi. Okay. Then we have finally, last but not least, Super Mario. Now what could I mean by this? I mean that all the platforming games, Super Mario Bros, Lost Levels, 2 USA, 3 World, New Super Mario Bros, all those, Wonder, Super Mario 64, Sunshine, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, 3D Land, 3D World, Bowser's Fury, Mario Maker 1 and 2. Yeah, all those platforming ones. Now that's pretty obvious. Again, I have not played a single bad Mario platforming game. And you guys are probably gonna be like, what? But Super Mario Land exists for the Game Boy, and so does Lost Levels. Yeah, I know that those two have their specific issues, but they're fine. They're still fine. I think that Lost Levels isn't the worst. I actually think that it's Land 1 because it just plays bad. Like in general, like the physics are just bad and it's kind of unplayable. But Lost Levels is pretty mean for like no reason. And it's a bit of a pain to play, but I think it's at least okay. Like it has some unique things that have actually stuck to till today with the series, so it has some merit. But yeah, it doesn't have a bad game, honestly, all like the platforming ones. So I guess I can just very easily put this in S, probably above you, maybe even above Mario Kart. I'm not sure. The thing is, my favorite Mario game ever is in here, and it's I guess I'll go to spoiler. It's Super Mario Bros. 3. That's like probably still my absolute favorite Mario game of all time. It's just really special to me. Like I think it's still the pinnacle of platformers, and I maybe don't feel that way. I've been kind of wishy-washy, recently about it, but I do think I still believe that it is like the best platformer. I guess because of that, I can like place it above Mario Kart, because it just has more solid titles, and like it has less like meh titles than Mario Kart does. So I guess I can just give it, the benefit of the doubt and just put it between Mario and Luigi and Mario Kart. Yeah, I think this is possibly, I think this might be it. Let's see. This is gonna be the part where I make like adjustments. Let's see. F, no, that stays as is. I'll probably, I'll leave that there. No. Yeah, okay, I'll leave that at the bottom of C. Wario is pretty unique and fun. Well, I don't know if it's like more fun than like these two, because you can at least, at least with the Mario Sports Mix, I can feel myself having more fun than these two. Dr. Mario, I've never thought a Dr. Mario game was anything probably above like an 8 or 8.5. But they're consistently fun, like consistently fun. Like each iteration, whether it's like on Game Boy, on NES, on 64, on the WiiWare, DSiWare. I had it on everything. But I'll probably leave it there. I'll put it above Mario Paint. Mario Strikers, maybe I was too harsh on that, because again, the first two are really great. I might even go as far as to say that the Wii game is amazing. But that Switch one, it's just, I still think the game is good, but it lacks so much, and it's not even that it lacks more than the others. It's just that it's been so long since the Wii game, and it's like they still release the same thing again with the same issues. So I just feel like I can't put it at B because of that. So yeah, I think that's probably good. Alright, Mario Rabbids, that's good there. Wrecking Crew, I think that's fine there. Mario Bros. I'll probably put that above Mario Picross. Mario Baseball. Mario Baseball. Mario's Donkey, I think that's fine where it is. Let's see, Mario Tennis. Maybe I misjudged, because if I like really think about it, Mario Golf on the GameCube, I think I probably like more than golf on the game, than tennis on the GameCube. It's really tough. No, I like Mario Tennis on the GameCube more. But, I'll probably still... This is tough. This right here, I don't know. I think probably because of that blemish of the Switch one just being very mediocre, really holds it back. It just like really holds it back. I think I'll leave it there. Paper Mario. I think because of the blemishes of the later games, I'll probably just leave that there. Yeah. But above Mario Tennis. Did I put it above Mario Party? Above Mario Party. Man, this is a wild list. I know this is probably gonna make some people question it, probably gonna skip to the end and just be like, okay, this guy has some weird takes. But man, I don't know, I might actually push the Super Mario, I might bump up the Super Mario a little more higher. It's tough, because like there's stuff like the Mario 3, Galaxy 1 and 2, Sunshine, 3D Land, like there's so many completely solid titles you just cannot, World. Oh man, and I absolutely love Mario Maker as well. That's tough, because it's not fair to compare, because this doesn't have nearly as many games at all as the platforming Mario game, so it's very hard to tell, especially because I've only played half of them. But it looks like I will enjoy the rest of them, so maybe when I do, I'll probably switch them back over. But for now, I feel like this is tougher than it looks, guys. I promise you. I might not even feel like this is gonna be like how I ultimately feel about it. Like probably like a year from now, I'll probably want to redo it, but. Oh boy, Legend of the Seven Stars. I feel like again, it's not my favorite Mario game, but like as an IP itself, I think it kind of holds its own very highly. Because, there's like the remake. I guess I can kind of fault the remake because it kind of just made it a little too easy. Like that was that area of field effect of when you attack. Some of the jokes that got rewritten just don't really land as hard. I don't know, it just kind of made it too simple, much more simpler and easier than it already was on the original. But it's still an amazing version. I guess because of that, I can just put it, below. Yeah, Super Mario being at the top, I guess I can accept that. Yeah, I think I can accept that. I think this might. I'm kind of contemplating of putting Mario. I'm kind of contemplating of putting it, Mario Party in S. No. Don't change your mind now. This is fine. Okay, I think this is how I'm gonna do my tier list. Yeah, I think this is how I'm gonna do my tier list. Heck, I might even put baseball above, because the baseball doesn't have a bad game. They're both really solid times. But their highs don't reach anywhere near the high highs of Mario Golf on the GameCube. So it's tough. I think I'll leave it as is. Mario Picross. Like, I actually like Mario Bros. Like the one where you hit enemies from below. Yeah, Mario Bros. Actually more fun than Mario 1 itself, like Super Mario Bros. But I don't know why I stated that. That's such a random point. That has nothing to do with me comparing the ones here. I'll probably put Wrecking Crew above Mario Picross because, the gameplay I think is more engaging. Again, I have a bias with Picross. It's like one of my guilty pleasures. But, Wrecking Crew does have a bit more solid gameplay. But I don't think it's above Mario Bros. But Mario Picross is above Mario Rabbids. Because, these games kind of lose me. The more I go in them, the more I get through the game, the more they kind of lose me. Okay, actually, hold on. I'm actually gonna move Mario Artist up. Because I've been doing a bit of thinking on Mario Sports Superstars. Because at least with Mario Sports Mix, I'll explain it in a bit. I'm gonna move it down to D tier underneath Mario and Sonic, but at least above the educational games. Now the thing is, you have 5 sports here, and which is more than the 4 sports that Mario Sports Mix, but at least Mario Sports Mix feels a little more fun. These just feel way more bare bones, and I think it's because they put 5 whole ones in there, and they're already sports that are already have their own Mario Sports series, so these just feel like the most bare bones version of those already established Mario Sports games. So I think because of that, I'm gonna drop it down to D. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and bump Mario Golf to A. Still keep it underneath Mario Tennis, because Mario Party Tennis, but I think they're about relatively the same now that I've thought about it. Yeah, I think that seems good. Mario Baseball. No, that Mario Baseball is fine right there. Yeah, I don't need to move that. Okay, I think we're set now. I'm gonna go through each tier. Alright, in S tier we have Super Mario, Super Mario RPG Legend of 7 Stars, Mario and Luigi, Mario Kart, and Mario Hoops 3-on-3. In A tier we have Mario Party, Paper Mario, Mario Tennis, and Mario Golf. B tier we have Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Mario Baseball, Mario Bros, Wrecking Crew, Mario's Picross, and Mario plus Rabbids. In C tier we have Mario Strikers, Dr. Mario, Mario Paint, Mario Sports Mix, Mario and Wario, and Mario Artist. Then in D tier we have Mario and Sonic, Mario Sports Superstars, Mario Discovery Series, and Mario Teaches Typing Series. And lastly, in F we have Hotel Mario. And I think that is everything. I do not need to make any more adjustments, I think. Yeah, I think this is good. I think so. Yeah, I think this might be good. Okay, so okay, I guess that's my the ranking every single Mario series, or at least the ones that I didn't omit from here due to some technicalities and stuff. Yeah, this is my ranking. Again, this is very shaky. I'm not like 100% sure on this. I might change. Like, for example, I'm still kind of wondering if I actually don't just want to push Mario Party to S. Still thinking about it. But I think this is good. But yeah, okay, so yeah, this I ranked every single Mario series. This is my first tier list, and that's why it's probably been like all over the place, and I'm pretty sorry about that. But yeah, that's my bad. But if you still enjoyed it, even if you're like one that didn't stick through the end and just kind of skipped to the end right now, I still appreciate that you clicked on the video. If you enjoyed this, again, thank you for 700 subscribers. That was the whole point of this video. If you liked seeing this tier list, I can do more. Hopefully not as long-winded as this, but if they are, I hope you still enjoy them. Leave a like and subscribe. It goes a long way. I'd really appreciate it. And tell me what you would rank some of these, and if you would to rank every Mario series. I'll have this up on the website, or at least I'll try to, so you can probably do your own. You just have to search ranking every Mario series in Tier Maker, and it'll be there. Okay, so yeah, tell me in the comments how you would rate them, what you think of some of these series individually. And yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next ranking. Bye.